Whenever there's a whole group of Aussies that are being mistreated, they are being abused, and sometimes leading to things like death, trauma, all those kinds of things. When we hear of that, we have a public outcry. How can this happen? Especially when it is at the hands of governments and their policies that have made these things happen. We want to make sure we have the truth. We want to make sure we know the facts. We want to make sure that we have some way of helping those people to heal through that trauma, some way of redressing what has happened. And we want accountability, especially from the government, because we know the government has had a massive part in that. It is part of the government's policy to do those things. So when we do things like that, that's an inquiry. And inquiries cost money because there is a lot of time and effort and energy that needs to go into these things. And so for Aussies who have experienced these horrible things at the hands of our government, we want inquiries to happen, and we want to make sure that they never happen again. And so we want to put money towards those things. So if you think about it in this way, would you want an inquiry into how Aboriginal people have been treated at the hands of the government? That's what truth telling is all about. It's an inquiry to find out the truth, to make sure these things never happen again, to create policies to make sure that these things never happen again. So are you willing, and do you want money to go into inquiries to make sure that Aussies aren't mistreated by the government, and that if they are, due process to find out the truth of what has happened and to make sure that it never happens again? Are you willing to put money into that? And if you are, that's interesting, because why wouldn't you want money to then go into Aboriginal people talking about the truth of what has happened to them at the hands of the government?